Hello there. It's a very short slideshow. It should be a very short video. There's only 4 slides to go through. But this is just a quick video discussing an idea that you could incorporate linking if discussing Eva Smith within an essay. Okay, and it's Inspector Calls and Intertextuality with inspiration from Mr. John Sutton, who's at the ESSA Academy. Went on a recent CPD and I found this to be really beneficial. Took a lot from it, so I thought I'd pass on some ideas. Okay, so firstly, what is intertextuality? Well, it is the relationship between texts, and especially literary ones. Okay. Now, Les Mis. It was a novel written by Victor Hugo in 1887, originally written in French and was translated in 2008. By Isabel Hapgood. Okay, there is a character in Les Mis. You might be aware of the film, you might have seen the film, and the character is called Fantine. Now, those of you who've seen the film, or if you've read the novel, you'll know that Fantine has a daughter, Cosette. She works extremely hard, gets paid very little for what she does, and as such, actually, then descends into this cycle that just will not stop, this vicious cycle, ultimately leading to her death. Okay, now obviously you can see some differences and there's also some similarities straight away. So a couple of similarities: you've got this woman, this working class woman, working extremely hard and getting paid very little. Difference is Fantine is actually caring for a child, whereas Eva Smith, yes, towards the end or towards her ordeal, she is pregnant and she then goes to Mrs. Birling's charity for help. But at the beginning, she's trying to raise as much money as possible and looking out for the best, or for the workers in the factory. Okay, so as I said, both women worked hard, both women who ended up selling their bodies, and both women who ended up dead. So the question you've got to look at then, how does this link in together? How could you link this together in an essay? Okay, so a couple of extracts then from Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. This is from the translated version by Isabel. So, she sewed 17 hours a day, but a contractor for the work of prisons who made the prisoners work at a discount suddenly made prices fall, which reduced the daily earnings of working women to 9 sous. Okay, so let's ignore the prices there. We can see there that the daily earnings of these women have been reduced. Now, as such, we can also see that with Mr. Birling, in that he obviously wants the business to make a profit. Yeah, he describes the girls as cheap labour, which is exactly what Fantine is in Les Miserables. Okay, now if we move on. Okay, come, said she, let us sell what is left. Okay, so we've got a slight difference there, okay, that Fantine asked someone to assist her in selling what is left. Now, what is the thing that is left? It's her body. Okay, it's important to note though, at this stage she has been turned out of her job and she has nowhere else to turn to. Okay, very similar to Eva Smith, Daisy Renton, and her final turn of help, or her final call for help with Mrs. Birling. This is the Mrs. Birling of Les Miserables. Okay, and final quote from Isabel Hapgood's translation of Les Miserables: the unfortunate girl became a woman of the town. Okay, let's look at that. Let's look at those similarities. Eva Smith, Daisy Renton, was picked up at the Palace Bar, which was known to be a place to pick up women of the town. Okay, so from this brief, short presentation, hopefully there are some similarities there between Fantine in Les Miserables, which was written in 1887, and then even in 1912 with Eva Smith, women were still fighting for equality, and actually, unfortunately, sometimes had nowhere else to turn to. Okay, so what I will do in the in the description below, I will post 3 links. Okay, each of the links is to a different song, and it's from the film of Les Miserables. And hopefully you can draw some comparisons there between Fantine and Eva Smith. And again, you can use those in an essay. So once again, thank you to John Sutton of ESSA Academy for the inspiration for this video. And also, as always, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments and I will do my best to reply to them. Okay, and if there's any questions on how you would use it in an essay, please comment them down below and I will reply. Okay, thank you.